Protests in the capital today. Campaign group Restore Passenger Rail will meet with Transport Minister Micheal Wood. It follows their promise to stop disrupting and blocking traffic if they could secure some of the minister's time. For more on what their meeting will entail, we're joined by Rosemary from Restore Passenger Rail. Rosemary, thank you for joining us this morning. A half-hour meeting today. What are you hoping will come out of today's meeting?
Hi, thanks for having me. We're really hoping that we get some kind of commitment, actually some kind of a sign that our Transport Minister is taking into account the climate emergency, that decisions, business as usual decisions, the slow process of getting things done, the putting profit at the bottom line is not going to work anymore. We have got to look after our people better than that. We need big changes.
If you don't get an indication of any change, if you don't see any signs of change, what will the response be from your particular group?
Well, we haven't promised that we're going to stay with not disrupting. Does that make sense? We're going to continue with our urgent action, which is in line with the urgency of what we're facing in the future. We need big changes and there's no time left for delay.
Do you think you're actually going to achieve anything out of this half-hour meeting, or do you think it's the minister just saying, look, we want you to stop disrupting the thousands of passengers that you have been through the protests that you've been holding, and so I'm turning up, I'm doing this meeting, but do you actually expect anything to happen in 30 minutes?
We are doing this in good faith, so I really hope so. I really hope so. And I will just be over the moon if I can see that this government is really absolutely committed to starting bringing emissions down.
If we look at Sunday's announcement, the Ministry of Transport announced $350 million was being invested into transport infrastructure across the country. Surely that's a massive win for infrastructure, but also for climate change as well, because that's part of what the Minister talked about on Sunday, that this money will be going towards that. Surely this is a massive win. Do you see it that way?
This is great stuff. And yes, and I know that the Minister is committed to trying to do the right thing when it comes to climate change. And $350 million sounds like a lot, but road traffic accidents alone cost $4.6 billion a year. This Christmas, people will die on our roads because they don't have the choice to take the train. Rail is 20 times safer.
Can we talk about the inquiry that was opened up earlier this year? Submissions have closed as of the 21st of October, looking at the future of inter-regional passenger rail here in Aotearoa. Did your group make a submission?
Yes, we did.
Yep. And what was that submission?
We appealed to the Select Committee about the emergency and about the fact that we need to bypass the fact we need to look at climate as a number one priority and work from there. And of course, rail has to be subsidised. Of course it does. And we've got to make half-price fares. Rail is steel on steel, is low friction, it's low emission, it's high popularity. What is there not to love? What is there not to just get on with? To look after our people.
Rosemary, we wish you well in this afternoon's meeting with the Minister, and no doubt we will hear what your response will be post that. Appreciate your time this morning, Rosemary. Rosemary from Restore Passenger Rail. Thank you.
Thank you.